family and he wants to destroy it, he uses one thing: the woman. He won't even use a friend. He won't even use politicians. He won't even use the community. A woman will be represented that the men will fail to resist. A woman will be represented to that man. As a woman, you don't exist out of being a helper. Once you are a woman and you say you don't want to get married, I don't want to get married, I don't want marriage, it's not you talking. Is the manipulation, is the disappointments, is the rejections, is what the enemy did to us. And then we start hating the reason why God created us. We start hating the purpose why God made us, because the enemy came and interfered with who we are. Bye, Junior. Your husband remains your husband in and out of season. Just like God remains God, whether today you've got money, tomorrow you don't have. You don't stop serving God because today you are broke, and then you wait, you get money. The day you've got money, you serve God. It's the same, even in marriage. Your husband is your husband the day things are bad and the day things are good, whether it's okay, whether he's drunk on that day as a king. Even if he summons you, you go, because you have to submit. He is not a husband because of certain actions only. And then when there are certain actions, he's no longer a husband. Don't we serve God with our best? When days are good and when days are bad, we are there. We are serving God. Does God stop being God from the day that he stops answering our prayers? Do we start hating him and start saying, no, I'm going to serve another God? Or you remain there until he answers? Guys, marriage cannot be sustained by feelings. Marriage cannot be sustained by feelings. Love dies. Let me tell you something. How can I put it? You see that excitement of being bubbly and playing together, sleeping together, when you enter marriage, waking up next to each other, waking up, kissing each other on the forehead, good morning, baby, good morning, darling, breakfast in bed, all those things, once you enter marriage, they stop. They stop. Reality comes. Now reality comes to test you now, to test your vows that you said on the altar. Reality comes. This is a man that can now walk naked in front of you. You are also walking naked in front of him. You are now being exposed. Certain characters are coming out. You are spending too much time together now. Now you are even complaining, go brush your teeth, I don't like your smell in the morning. Before, it was not even an issue on the early days. Whether he was kissing you without brushing the teeth, you were not even hearing the smell because you were crazy in love. But now, when you enter the marriage, it's now exhausting. You can't act anymore. Reality is there. Reality has hit. I wanna go brush your teeth. Why are you leaving your clothes on the floor? Hey, your underpants are wait. Hey, you must pick up after your things. You are now colliding in the house. You are now colliding. You are colliding because both your true natures are manifesting now. Now you have been alone. He has been alone. You have been having privacy time. He has been having privacy time. Now you come in. Your privacy and privacy is no longer privacy. You have to now be together. You have to now understand each other. You have to now give space to each other. And it's almost impossible. The moment that when now you want to have a quiet moment, he's in your face. He's talking, baby, and you are not in the mood. All you are looking for that morning, you just want to be in meditation. You just want quietness that day. But now you have another person now that you have to also consider. Because once you get married, it's no longer about you, it's about us. Selfishness must die. Greed must die. Even now, when you used to buy your shoe, whenever you want to buy a shoe, every time you feel like buying a shoe, now you want to buy a shoe, you have to be agreeing with somebody that you want to buy a shoe before you buy the shoe. Now you now have to be agreeing on who likes which food must be in the fridge, which food this one likes, that one likes that one, and you now have to find your way of now agreeing even on the food that you eat. My baby doesn't eat pork, me I eat pork. Hey, staying in marriage, feelings can't maintain a marriage. Forget it. Feelings cannot maintain a marriage. Exactly. You are now woken up in the middle of the night when now you hate, you don't like sleeping, you don't want to be disturbed in the middle of the night. Here comes a husband, yena in the middle of the night, ka 2 a.m. Baby, it's warabulele. Hey, when? It's warabulele ka 2, kana kwa baloi. O nyoko bolela kang? I just, and you are used to be having your quiet time. You are used. Now, how do you both come together now and understand each other? That is marriage now. The honeymoon, the butterflies are gone. Thank you, Debeni. 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Guys, I'm sorry, ne? We're gonna get deeper. We are going deeper today. 4 a.m. When at 5 a.m. you want to sleep. Some men, 4 a.m. it's time for them to harvest. They want to harvest. When you don't want to be harvested in the morning, Yena is an harvester of the morning. When maybe you like being harvested in the afternoon or in the evening before bed, Yena he wants to avoid harvest 5 a.m. When at 5 a.m. you are quiet, maybe you want to do other things or it's your most sleeping time, but then the man is awake. Ashi, bar morning glory. Ashu motho ka 4 ya matha. Chiki. Hey, bathong ke 4 ya matha. Why are you not sleeping? It's his body. Oh. What must he do? You are the wife. Oh. You are not supposed to refuse. You are not even allowed. You are not even allowed to refuse. You must never deny your husband your body. It's his body. You. When it's time to harvest, he married you. You have been blessed. You are married. He needs to harvest. Your man must never leave the house full. Your man must be emptied before he walks out the door. Make sure he's empty. Make sure your husband is empty before he leaves the house. Empty that man. whether you like it or not. If he walks around and moves around the streets and he's full as a man, even the feelings are too active. At work, they will touch him. If you allow your husband to leave the house while he's full and you did not empty him as the wife, you allow him the whole week, he's full. You are a risk taker. You are a risk taker. I don't touch me, I'm tired. In marriage, where is the tiredness? The tiredness is where? You are a risk taker. I don't feel like, today I don't feel like, you don't feel like what? Also, where must he go? Where must he go when nature is calling him now? Where must he go when the nature is up and it's time to harvest and you don't feel like, where must he go? He must pray. They will lay hands on him. I'm telling you, if you leave your husband full and he goes full, he leaves the house full, they will lay hands on him. Trust me, he will go out in the office. That personal assistant will come and lay hands on him and he will manifest. He will manifest because somebody in the house in 7 days of the week only feels like it once per day. To a very active man who does not have sugar diabetes, a man that is not even sick, a man that is very healthy, 7 days a week, is being serviced one day. One day, and he must survive. And once in that day, one day and once in that day, koreke one day and yaba once in that day, namile ngwana to the whole week ha tsebe lo ra dire. Hey, but yena he can be tired. When you both get tired, but those things don't get tired when. Prophet Susar, we are talking Kadi JavaScript. Hey, those things don't get angry at each other. Stop lying to each other. Even if both of you are angry at each other, those things, they don't get angry at each other. They've got their own feelings. They've got their own way of operating. It's not you and him. They operate in their own, they have their own version of operating. You get angry, it's not angry. You are the one who's angry. So let not your husband or wife suffer for your anger. Please. If you hate doing laundry, it's your responsibility as a wife to make sure that the laundry and everything has to be in order. If you can't wash, take it upon yourself to take his shirts, his trousers, and everything to the laundry. Let them be ironed. You pay with your own money because it's your duty. You bring back those clothes, you pack them nicely, you package them nicely. You might not have washed because you don't know how to wash, but you have made a plan to make sure that all his clothes are properly packed and they're in a good place. No, you can't be angry there. That place has no anger. You are the one with anger. Those places have no anger. Who is not here? I'm confused, Elizabeth. But thank God he is not here. Ooh. Ooh. Who is not here? Harahapi. Ooh. Hey, God, should I go deeper? Ke a palelwa. Kore ke nyoko legala ke a palelwa man. Yo. Nape na morena ke sa lo monyane thega pelo yaka because ke imela ke wisdom for my age ke a imelwa ke knowledge. Esther chapter 1 verse 17 to 18 please. My women are frozen. My children are stuck. They can't even read the Bible. They are shocked.
Verse 17. Am I still reading from AMP?
Any fine.
Okay. This very day, the ladies of Persia and Media, who have heard of the queen's refusal, will speak in the same way to all of the king's officials, and there will be plenty of contempt and anger. If it pleases the king, let a royal command be issued by him, and let it be written in the laws of the Persians and Medes, so that it cannot be repealed or modified, that Vashti is no longer to come before the king Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal position to another who is better and more worthy than she.
Amen. Now a decision was enforced. A decision was taken for her to be replaced because of the fear of the kind of seed that those other women were going to produce because of her rejecting the order of the king. You know, Vashti, o tlhakatlhakantšhitše dilo. Imagine a decree, a law going all over the princes and the kings to correct a mistake. So that those women that were there, that she influenced, that she planted the wrong mentality in their heads, they are made aware that that is not the way of life. That if they take what she did and try to apply it in their homes or in their kingdoms, it will not work. So there was fear that Vashti's rejection to the king's command has influenced women, and now we are in danger because these women, if we don't pass this decree, it is going to be the end of many more kingdoms of women that can submit, of women that can't honor, of women that are disrespectful. So now we have to cancel and make sure that everybody knows that Vashti's behavior was unacceptable. Everybody tap on the screen for the next 10 minutes, please. Everybody tap on the screen. I'm seeing Tembelite is tapping. I'm seeing Gift is tapping. I'm seeing Briaz is tapping. I'm seeing Rachel is tapping. I'm seeing Spongile is tapping. Rachel is tapping. Thank you, guys. Buntle is tapping. Nasipi is tapping. Milos is tapping. Thank you, my brother. Mbonzi is tapping. Kamrelo is tapping. Sylvia is tapping. Wontle is tapping. Thank you, guys. Just be tapping non-stop for the next 10 minutes. Don't report me by mistake. Every king is worthy. Every king is worthy of a representable woman. Every man needs a representable woman. Every man needs a woman that if he is absent, the man will still be represented well in the absence of the man. Hey, how many Proverbs 31 women, Proverbs 31 women. There was a character and a nature of a Proverbs 31 woman that she had that you don't have, and you still call yourself a Proverbs 31 woman. A Proverbs 31 woman was a very active woman. She was even in trading. She was even traveling nations, selling, buying clothes, doing what? Proverbs 31 was a very busy woman. She was a rich woman, but her husband was respected at the city gates. You know why? Because even though she was highly educated and knowledgeable, she never stripped off the man from him being a man. She never dishonored or disrespected the husband, no matter how highly qualified she was. Now we have women that because of their degrees and PhDs, they are sitting on the neck of their husbands. Because we're now nearly PhD and a degree, and your husband only has a diploma. When now you are too educated, now you have to tell your husband where to get off because he's not educated. The education is yours. It's not for your marriage, it's not for your husband. It's your education. You studied for yourself. You were not studying for him. Why must he now be stripped off and be made to feel less of a man only because when now you have a degree? Only because you are paid more than him. He can't be respected. He can't be served in the house. He can't be taken care of because when now your salary is double his salary. His salary. Many people will tell you that women that have a lot of money, women that are rich, they don't do well in marriage. That because they have made money their God, they've made their qualifications their God. Now, when they are talking in the house, the men must be listening simply because they are earning a lot, simply because they have PhDs. It's not a PhD for marriage. It's not a PhD for a relationship. It's a PhD for you, your studies, and your workplace. Nobody sent you there. It's your own qualifications. Why should your husband now come and suffer your own things that you did yourself? Why should your marriage suffer for that? So when now, because you are highly educated, you want to come and step on us. There are things that we carry that money cannot buy. There are gifts that we carry that finances and your education cannot buy. There's things that God uses us for as your fellow sisters, that even if you come with your PhDs, I can be sitting here as a woman of God without a PhD, and I lay hands on you, you vomit and manifest with your PhD and your degree. Life is very spiritual. With your PhD and degrees and your Range Rovers, you are still crying in church, kneeling down, crying for something that only God can do. Your education, your qualifications, and your highly esteemed knowledge of the world cannot give you that thing. No matter how much you have in the account, there is something that God will deny you just to bring you into the humility of Him being God. So as a sister, do not go around stepping on other kids because they failed to finish their studies, because they failed to get a PhD. You went after the PhD. No one sent you there. So we must not come back and pay the price. I'm educated. I was telling Sbongile when she was here and in Mponzi over the weekend, they were shocked. I showed Mponzi my designs that I did, my clients that I made dresses for wedding. She was like, Minister, she was in a shock with this bongi. I said, I'm not doing ministry because I'm desperate for money. I'm not doing ministry for money. Money is not even there. These people that say we do ministry for money, there's no money anywhere in ministry. No way. There's no money anywhere. We are doing ministry because God called us into it. The purpose is one, is heaven. We don't just sit here. You think I can just wake up, sit here, nje. Since I sat here, how much did you give me? If we are doing this for money, since I sat here at 8, get 20 past 10, how much did you give me? How much did you give me? Who paid me since morning to sit here? If you think for me to sit and read this Bible and teach to you and talk to you, limpile bokae? Yet I do it every day without fail. So it is higher than money. It is greater than money. It is at the level of God. And you understanding that life is too spiritual than it is physical. That spirituality matters beyond and more than physicality. Kimangele, greetings, yeah, Unyakang. Morgan, who is Morgan? You are greeting me for what? Morgan, Ungishaka. Life is extremely spiritual. Extremely spiritual from beyond what your eyes can see. Sometimes God can give you such a great man, but he hides the glory first from you. He hides the gift, the riches first from you to prune you and train you to get out a certain character out of you as a woman before that man can touch the millions. Because if he comes to you with those millions, it's possible you can be very fake. You can act, you can be fake, you can even fake humility and submission simply because there is money. Hey, baba. Hey, yes, baby. Yes, honey. Because of the millions that you are spending and eating every day. But the true nature of a woman is revealed when there is no money. The true nature of a woman in a relationship is revealed when there is nothing for put on the table. That is what you are marrying. That is who you are marrying. The behavior of your woman when there is nothing, when you've got nothing to put on the table. How she treats you, how she talks to you, how she hey, there are women that when the man has no money and the man is still suffering or the job things are not going well, even the whole neighborhood will hear it. And then there are Proverbs 31 women that cover the shame of their husbands. No one will even notice or see that the man is not even working or that the man is not employed because the wife will go and cover the shame of the husband. That is why the husband of the Prophet 31 women was respected by men at the city gate like a king because the wife had protected and covered the shame that it was not even visible to anybody. that all those things were not coming from him. There was no sign. Hey, I am Proverbs 31 women. Proverbs 31 women. Nalayo. It's a lie. When a man sends you a man that you must clean for yourself, you don't want. You want finished and accomplished houses. All you want to do is enter and take over. Not knowing what's in the foundation, not knowing what is in the structure, not knowing how the roof came above that house. You just want to enter just like that and take over. Tomorrow, when there's trouble, you don't know where to start because you were not there in the foundation when that man was building. How will you maintain something that you don't know how it was built? How will you value it? How will you appreciate it? Because you did not feel the pain. You did not go with him through the fire in the foundation. So there is no way you can value something that you did not sweat for. You must be in the foundation of each other. Whatever God is doing in the life of that man, it is very good to start from below with a man. It's a beautiful. Most marriages that you see them standing strong like this is because of the foundation. It's not that the man is using the money to keep the wife or the wife. No, it's the foundation. It's how they started that is causing them to stand and rise above the storms. And you question, hey, you've been together for 25 years. How did you do it? They were there from nothing. They were together. They stood together. The woman was supportive. The woman covered the shame. Your mother, your brother, they will be calling your husband, you are very useless. Our sister is there, is dying of hunger. You are not working. Our sister must just come home. You are not a man enough. Going to your family and telling your family that your husband is not making money. You are a knife. You are not a wife. When your mother is calling you in your marriage, is everything okay? Yes, mom, it's well. Is your husband is okay? We praise God. We thank God, mommy. You cover the shame. Many of you are knives. You are not wives. You are knives. When your friends are asking you, how is your husband? What the week, what? Wiki biang kompeteng, wiki biang. Wena, ke taba tša bokgotsi, gore ke taba tša motse wa gago. O wiki wena, meaning gore wena o strong. So o le pantsola wena, la dintho tšela omo. What is causing you to say he's weak and he can't perform? It means when you are from the streets. The streets have trained you. Now you are expecting the guy to behave like he's also from the street. Wanabatu doesn't even come from the streets. He has not even been exposed. When you've been exposed, now he's paying the price. Or when wildcat goes. Mankinastic vibes. Now he must meet you at your level. You have mankinastics. He hasn't been, he was not there. Mankinastics bana ba batho o dira kae cause we're not clever. Nalo which bakgotsi ba gago gore yes, what a bore. What a bore. You. Hey. Gape ke one style every night. Nna ke lapile. O rutile ke mang? O rutile ke mang di mankinastics tseo? The man must now be called a weak man simply because he hasn't been to the streets. When now you've been exposed to the streets doing mankinastics, now the husband must pay the price that he doesn't know how to perform the mankinastics that when now you've been performing and acting. You've been now the man must suffer for that. Or when now you are multi-talented. Yeah, now he doesn't know. Areze, teach him your vibes. Hey, Lalabish. Ngwana batho a tsebe le gore a tshware kae a tlogele kae. then because of that, he's being called weak. He is not weak. You are the one that is too strong for him. You are too strong. You are too wild for him. He's not weak. Ula. When on you showcase the talents how in the bedroom, whenever two is not talented to your level, and then you call him weak. He's not weak. When now you are too talented. Hey, the lady talent whenever two is in a shock. You're shocking the poor guy. Hi. Hey, everybody check out the book of Esther is trouble. I won't be having female friends after this. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Every man needs a worthy woman. You know, I thought the men today, they will be buying me the universe. I thought these men, they will stand with me and at least console me and gift me because I'm ruining my relationship with my daughter. So, thank you, Milos. I thought the men will gift me like this because I'm losing my daughter. So, they are not standing with me, I'm telling you. The day Elizabeth, you are in spirit. The day the tables, they turn. They will block me. I bet they are not standing with. I thought they would be like, yes, mama. Teach them. Tell them, mommy. Yeah, the roses are. I'll stop. So somebody can ask, well, what is submission? What is submission? Karo okoros. No, not Mam Kamrelo saying okoros. What is submission? Every man has their own interpretation and meaning of submission. Know your man. Study your man. Talk to your man. Ask him what is submission to him. To some men, submission is respect. To some men, submission is peace. To some men, submission is you giving them water, kneeling when they wash their hands. To some men, it's you must know your man. Every man has his own interpretation of submission, same as every woman has his own interpretation of love. Milos, you are trying, Shem. Thank you. That's why you're trying. You're the only one who is trying. My daughters are so angry at me. They stopped gifting. Since we started the book of Esther. Submission differs from men to men. Submission differs from men to men. It differs. It differs. Thank you, Prophet Jokozela. I missed you. Where have you been? Submission differs from man to man. Every man has his own revelation and interpretation of what is submission in his marriage. So you won't bring your submission that you were giving to your ex into your new relationship. It won't